Hello everybody, my name is Troublemaker. This is the Wargame Cup 2012 brought to you by UGen Systems and Intel, and we're watching a match between two NATO players, the first representing the color blue from the country of Tanzania. I have no idea where this guy's from. His name is Knight. And the other NATO player representing the color red, no doubt representing with a name like this, some sort of Middle Eastern country. His name is Rattusxrattus. Rattusxrattus. I bet that's Latin for something. I did study Latin, but I've since forgotten every single language that I studied. I studied Latin, ancient Greek. I studied Spanish, French, English, bad English, and I've forgotten all of them. So I mean, pretty scary stuff. Lots of infantry vehicles for Rattusxrattus. It looks like he has a command over here. Ooh, he actually has an armored command. Good. And lots of support vehicles, lots of moderate VTSIs, lots of flak panzers, and he has another command over here, oddly enough, and a lot of infantry as well. So we have a two-flank approach from Rattusxrattus as an opener, and from Knight, looks like we're seeing a lot of Marders, a lot of anti-infantry, some helicopters, a lot of helicopters actually. That's 4 helicopters for an opener. It's pretty powerful. Lots of anti-aircraft. He has 2 commands on this side, and over on this side he has another command. So he's going for a 3-command strategy in which he's split on 2 flanks. So one command is going to go to India, one command is going to stay here? No, it's actually going to Bravo. I see. So he's going Charlie, Bravo, India, and he's going to take the middle as well. All the while we have a more compounding strategy from Rattusxrattus, who is quickly moving all of his units straight down the middle. Looks like he's trying to take a position on this flank, and he has a big position on this flank as well with lots of Jaegers. Unfortunately, the advantage as far as oh no, don't lose this stuff. The chasseurs are going down. Luckily, he did not lose the expensive recon in just a small little skirmish here. Relatively fair trade. We have a Marder running in. Marder's, of course, very good against the infantries, and TPC folks running into a TPC folks. I love these mirror matches. It really limits the number of names. And here we go, the big battle. Everything's kind of winding in. He's trying to dump these infantry as close as possible to the battle zone. The command is actually moving, fearing for its life. The Marder VTSI is climbing from the background. We have AMXs in the back as well. Some Raridans here trying to wipe out these infantry. And this is just rooted. It doesn't really know where it's going. Chasseurs are moving into position. Looks like he's queuing up a Saracen up here, and this battle has gone relatively equal. However, position seems to have gone to Rattusxrattus, who has been very successful in denying the power of the middle. All the while, Rattusxrattus doesn't actually have any positions of his own to speak of. Looks like he's going to try and move into a hotel. Very smart. Oh, I see. He actually they have 2 commands in India right now. But with this chasseurs moving forward, it will definitely take out the Lod Stingers, might take out these chasseurs from us, and could potentially take out the command and give a devastating lead to Rattusxrattus, who still has Marder VTS eyes, cleaning up these Marder ones in the back. There's still more Marders coming in, and so for a very solid opening from Rattusxrattus, doing a very solid push, and he's actually taken a big position up north. He has a flanking position in the south, and the chasseurs are engaging the Lod Stingers and the chasseurs from us. It looks like the chasseurs from us have the advantage they need. He might be able to get these Lod Stingers. The chasseurs from us have actually moved away. Kind of weird. And looks like the Marders are all going to get cleaned up by the Martyr, the more superior Martyr VTSIs. A lot of people favor veterancy Marder VTSI. And it looks like we have some Cobras here and lots of toes. And this is really the big advantage of these Cobras here, is this ability to snipe. The flak panzers are loading up, and he is pulling away the Cobras just in time. We have toes showing up to try and deal with some of these vehicles, and more Marders as well. Marders are your frontline tank. Ooh, he might have overextended himself with these toes though, if this is caught, of course. And the flak panzer continue to chase down these helicopters. There's a lot of helicopters in that, remember that. And he is doing a lot of damage with these very expensive helicopters. The flak panzers have been stunned though, and they're pulling back. Suddenly the shoe, is it a shoe that's on the other foot? I think it's a shoe that's on the other foot. Marders are trying to take out these chasseurs. He's been pushed into the forest here. Marder VTSI guarding the front, and he has a total flank on his enemy. Kinda scary. For Knight, he will not be doing well for a while, mostly because of the income. He's going to have a superior income, but a smaller army for at least a little bit. The Martyrs are chasing down the Chasseurs, and he's going to get a small victory here, just enough to kind of tie it up. Helicopters, of course, doing what helicopters do. Kill people. And so, looking at the map, we have a really scary situation here, in which we have a big, scary red flank that will shift and move. And looks like the command is actually exited center. It's going to go and try and take position somewhere else. There are still a lot of units here to cover its retreat, but more and more units are rallying in for Rattusxrattus. There has been a nice little line of Martyrs and Toes here created to try and slowly creep in on this giant army. As this happens, some Chasseurs are moving up. The poor French Speichers are getting wiped out by some Chasseurs. And this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. It's still very early in the game, though, very even, and it's very hard to see where this game will go. It looks like right now that Rattusxrattus has a very solid advantage. He has taken India, he has taken position in the middle of the map, and he'll be able to continue to crank out this pressure. It's really going to be on Knight to see what he can do, and if he's successful with that would be huge. The French Spires, of course, are going to get wiped out by these Saracens, which are trying to chase down this command. If that command dies, that could change the game. Oh my god, Marcher BTSIs on the fast move command going in after this command armor, and looks like it will. In fact, get it. The gearbox hit field bleed and it's gone. Poor Puma support helicopters. The Chasseurs are just trying to clean up the last little bit of guys in this forest here, completely securing the middle location, and yeah, he's in a very good position right now. Of course, this is still the big battlefield right here, and there's just not a lot of anti-tank weapons available to deal with this. All the murder VTSIs, we're trying to clear at the middle. Rattusxrattus has taken a pretty significant lead though, so it's good on him. And we're seeing these murder VTSIs are trying to really come back in the game by limiting giant chunks of army. It looks like they're going after these flak panzers next. And Martyr VTSIs versus Martyr VTSIs. Everyone loves this battle. It's like OP versus OP. And one Martyr down. They each wind up. And it looks like the other one just might go down. And oh, this one's actually in retreat because of a computer malfunction. Two AMXs are moving up. There is a tow here. It's running very critical on rockets though, which could represent a little bit of an issue. Meaning he'll have to resupply with his Puma, which is okay. It's okay. I don't know if you noticed or not, but this is probably one of the better games you've seen today. It looks like both players are looking to resupply. We have a tank destroyer actually moved up to try and wipe out some of these infantry carriers. I do love this Fusilier squad. I'm not really sure what they're for, but here they are, the engineering squad. I assume they're anti-tank. Now, what can Rattusxrattus do in this situation? Well, one, since middle is taken, he can actually take out a single artillery, and he can just fire into the middle and hope to get lucky. Getting lucky is always good when you are behind. Two, he can cement his position at this map and win every single victory from here on out. Break this 100 point difference. Secondly, he can get lucky and his opponent can make huge mistakes and run into his lines. Third, fourth, he can make a big all-in push, which wouldn't work out too well considering how well cemented all this location is. There's actually been I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but a lot less Smirch than I would expect in this tournament. Smirch and Bertinos. I don't know if it's just because people are desperately spending their money to survive or what. Oh, we have another command coming out for Rattusxrattus, who looks like he might be going for Kilo. Yes, he is. He's actually going to take Kilo as well. So, oh my god, we have another command out for Knight as well. The economic advantage, of course, does go to Rattusxrattus, who has the 3, the 4, and the 2, compared to Knight, who has 3 2s. And here comes the artillery. This is one of the tactics I was talking about. He actually has a mortar carry and artillery, and you shell out the middle. The big advantage here is that you're going to kill a lot of stuff. You know, there's a lot of units there. It's one of these maps that's very central focused, and clustering units kind of make sense. And he has them all split up, so they have individual fires. I don't know if there's a big benefit to that, but it's just going to be relatively random fire, and you know, he's kind of hoping to hit something. And he's going to have to make up a pretty big lead. There's a 200-point lead he has to do, so I mean, realistically, if he can just wipe out like a quarter of this, he might come back. Oh my god, look at this madness here. I actually like this. I do a lot of this stuff myself. I'll just send helicopters and infantry with helicopters out. And Delta Force is very, very good for this. Unfortunately, it did get caught. A TPC focus, a single one. He's not overreacting, of course. Coming to try and clean this up. And it looks like the Delta Force will, in fact, go down. And there's another Delta Force over here, which is also going to get cleaned up by this AMX 10P, possibly. And unfortunately, this hull just got shut down. Not much you can do about that. That sucks. Ooh, Martyr VTSI is coming in a weird position here with a Martyr 1. Oh, on purpose unit. A little bit of a battle going on here. Looks like some Chasseurs have moved in, and as Red's wheels by, going right to the enemy line. He's trying to deploy. He's going for a crazy, crazy kill right now. Martyr VTSI is running right into the Chasseurs. Not very good. Still a 200-point lead for Rattusxrattus as artillery is pushing back all these Chasseurs. And yeah, it was a pretty relatively even trade. Well, actually, no. Wasn't at all. Rattusxrattus actually built up 100 points by doing that push, and he killed a lot of very, very valuable units. So big on him. We can actually see that the Chasseurs are continuing to move up. He's not quite done with these, but of course now he is, because they are dead. And big expensive chieftains coming along the edges here. If they can catch these martyrs, that would be pretty huge. A Fudge Spire moves in. Doesn't have much of a chance to survive, of course. But it looks like he's only using it for recon purposes. And he might have moved in too far. Here's all the units. A lot of units there, and so his artillery fire will do very well there. He's still about 100 points behind. That's not too bad. And yeah. We were at gridlock. Lots of chieftains have moved around the map. Rattusxrattus, of course, not wanting to risk anything. 300 points is a lot, but it's not so much you can just kind of throw resources around. If you're like over 1,000, you can just go for it all in, and it just won't matter too much. Will the artillery pull themselves together? That's the question. Will they be able to strike fear into the heart of all men? Well, that is another question. Will they get all of these supply trucks back as Delta Force is just wiping kids out? More have to come deal with this. You know, these kind of forces are actually kind of dangerous. It's hard to deal with them. He's actually pulling the hammer with him. Hoping to use as much of the supply as the enemy as possible. But it was all futile. A supply line of Rattusxrattus, which was temporarily unavailable, has become available again, as he's just trying to refuel up his own mortars. Wants to trade shot for shot, and you know, so far it looks like his shots are paying up way better. He has a big volley into the middle here, where there are some tank destroyers moving up to try and do something. Somewhere around here, the martyrs actually get cleaned up. So that's neat. I guess these tanks here. 300 points. Looks like Knight has smalled the gap. Here's a big, big push. We have lots of tanks, of course. and lots of tank destroyers winding up, shooting away, actually killing quite a few things. The artillery are really saving the day here. Lots of stuns and roots because of the demoralization of troops. You might be able to get another murder with these artillery fires. You know, and the game's actually about to end. That was actually the last big push for Knight, and unfortunately it just was not successful enough. It was still a very close game. Give both these guys their due. They both played fairly well, and it's only a 200-point difference. This could have gone completely the other way, but unfortunately in the Wargame Cup there's only one winner who will continue on, and that winner is Rattusxrattus. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys tomorrow.